Hello everyone. Today I will give you another 6 stories for 6 cards, and this time I want to cover the stories behind the cards in the Unglued sets. The Unglued set was the first unset released in Magic the Gathering, and it is the first set that featured silver bordered cards. It was one of those sets that was very successful at the time it was released, and it was the first set that it had the full art lens. Really and truly there were not fully art, but it were the only set that the art of the land was bigger than the normal land cards released in the other expansion sets. 6 stories, 6 cards. Let's begin our first card. BFM, Big Fairy Monster. Big Fairy Monster, really and truly they were 2 cards which needed to be played together. Big Fairy Monster was, and is still as of today, the biggest creature card that you can cast in Magic the Gathering. The biggest, the baddest, the nastiest, scariest creature you ever see. Also, the earrings of Big Fairy Monster, they are the 2 big creatures ever released in Magic the Gathering prior this particular set. This is an extremely powerful creature, and you need to play both left and right cards together. BFM can also block only 3 more, can be blocked only by 3 more creatures. So if you play this card, you swing for 99/99 and you are in to win the game. The next card and the next story, Timmy Power Gamer. Timmy Power Gamer is the first card released in the unset that features a type of player, the Power Player. Basically, Timmy Power Player, it's a spin of Elvish Piper, 4 colorless, and you put a creature into play from your hand. In theory, you can play BFM through Timmy Power Gamer ability. Next story, next card. Rock Lobster. Rock Lobster, the story behind this card is that together with Paper Tiger and Scissor Lizard, they combine the Rock Paper Scissors game. Basically, Rock defeats Scissor, Paper defeats Rock, and Scissor defeats Paper. It's an interesting combination of the 3 cards, and I really like the idea behind the Rock, Paper, Scissor. The next card and the next story, Blacker Lotus. Blacker Lotus, it's an artifact that can be casted with 0 mana. You tap, you tear Blacker Lotus into pieces, and you add 4 mana of any color to your mana pool. Play this ability as a mana source, remove the pieces from the game afterward. Blacker Lotus, as you can see, it's a much powerful version of the Black Lotus, the most famous and powerful card ever created in Magic the Gathering, for standard obviously, for constructed play, but this card is more powerful. But it has a drawback. You need to tear the card into pieces. Therefore, if you destroy the card, you can add 4 mana of any color to your mana pool. The next story and the next card, Look at me, I'm the DCI. Look at me, I'm the DCI. It's the only card ever illustrated by Mark Rosewater. And look at me, I'm the DCI, depicts the process how the DCI ban cards. Basically, the card shows that banning cards is done by blindfolding someone and throwing darts to the cards. The card that is hit by the dart, it gets banned. It's an interesting and funny way how to depict the process, and as I said, I don't think the banning of cards is done by this way, but it's funny. But the story behind this card is how the CI takes the decision to ban certain cards. As I said also, it is the only card ever illustrated by Mark Rosewater, and the sign can be seen Maro in the top right, sorry, in the bottom right corner of the card. And also Mark Rosewater received a payment for this artwork of $1. At that time he only got $1 for this artwork. The last story, and I think one of the most interesting story behind the Unglued sets, is Chaos Confetti. Chaos Confetti, 4 colorless artifact. 4, tap, tear Chaos Confetti into pieces, throw the pieces on the playing area from a distance of at least 5 feet, destroy each card in play that a piece touches, remove the pieces from the game afterwards. What's the story behind this card? First of all, this card, it's a spin of Chaos Orb. 2, artifact. 1, you flip Chaos Orb into the playing area from a height of at least 1 foot. Chaos Orb must turn completely over at least once, or the effect is nulled when Chaos Orb lands. Any card in play that touches are destroyed. As it Chaos Orb. Basically, how this card was played: you take Chaos Orb, you flip it into the air, and every card it touches is destroyed. If it touches 3 lands, they are destroyed. If it touches 1 land and 2 creatures, they are destroyed, and so on. What's the story behind these 2 cards? There's a legend, and whenever there's a legend, there is a piece of truth, that during a sanctioned tournament, someone was playing Chaos Orb, and its opponent, not wanting his lands, creatures to be destroyed, he was playing on a wide area. Therefore, he was distributing the lands and the creatures in a very wide, so that if Chaos Orb is split, it's tossed in the air, maybe only one target is destroyed. Very ingenious. Someone got its Chaos Orb, and instead of throwing it into the air, he teared it into pieces and threw it into the air. And every card that each piece touched was destroyed. Obviously, the opponent has called a judge, and the urban legend says that the judge have said that the play was accepted and it was legal. Therefore, Wizard of the Coast, to commemorate this legend, created a card similar to Chaos Orb called Chaos Confetti, where you can tear the card, throw it into the air, and every card each piece touches is destroyed. Let me know in the comments below, what cards do you want me to cover? What stories you like from the unsets? Click like to this video and subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering. I thank you very much.